Hey guys, this is Adorable Ho, and today I'm making a video on how to get good at battle mode. So this is 10 pro tips on how to get good at battle. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, so number one, you're going to want to practice, and basically you can do this by killing mobs, have a mob spawner or something. Basically any way that would require some sort of skill when it comes to PvP. Well, in this case it's a PvC, I guess, player versus computer. What I do is I have this giant zombie pigman farm. Zombie pigmen will spawn maybe like a few every 5 seconds. It's pretty helpful. You get a bunch of gold, stuff like this, especially zombie pigmen because they carry swords. Sometimes their swords are enchanted, and yeah, sometimes they can kill you, and we've been killed. And when I say we, I mean me and my friend. You just saw he went offline. We've been killed several times by these guys, and it's, we're getting better. This is how you would maybe get the hang of like the sensitivity or your controller or whatever, so that it's a lot easier to hit people every time you swing at them, unlike me, which I have a problem where sometimes I completely miss them or my screen like jerks to the side because I'm stupid. But yeah. The second pro tip is that mid is not priority, and by mid I mean middle, basically where you spawn. Because a lot of people, including probably you, they have central spawn on. Me, I like to have it off just because basically with central spawn on, you spawn at mid, and of course that's the first chest you want to get, right? But that's probably not the best option. Instead, it's better to just go off and go find a really good chest, like a god chest, like I just did. I didn't go to mid, and instead I went to a god chest, a chest that I knew for sure would have good loot in it. So I'm already ahead of other people. The third pro tip is to know what items are best and also to know which ones are worst. Now a lot of people I've seen prefer the diamond shovel over the wooden sword. I personally think the wooden sword's better just because if you're fighting somebody in like a showdown basically, the shovel you're knocking them back, which gives them time to either drink a regen potion, drink a healing potion, eat a golden apple or whatever, throw poison at you, shoot you. Basically, you're actually giving them an advantage. And the fourth pro tip would be to organize your inventory. Now this is pretty important, mainly because if you're in a battle, you're using one item but you need the other as soon as possible. Organizing your inventory is just probably, it just makes things go a lot faster, and honestly it makes the game a lot easier for you. Now I typically like to have my inventory organized, where the first 2 slots of my hotbar are food, which would be apples and pork chops. The second 2 slots will be bad potions, which usually I keep harming, poison, or weakness. The middle slot, which would be the 5th slot, mainly I keep my main melee weapon, which most of the time is like either a diamond shovel, wooden sword, every now and then an iron axe or a stone sword, etc. The second 2 slots after the 5th slot would be my bow and arrows. The last 2 slots would be basically just other random items. Alright, so the 5th pro tip will be to fight when you are ready. Don't fight if you're not prepared. And also, know when to run away. Like, as you just saw here, this guy got me to half a heart. And when your health is low, you gotta run away, okay? You can't just keep fighting. And especially if you have half a heart, you're gonna want to get out of there. Otherwise, you're gonna die. There's no point. I see this happen a lot, okay? Don't fight people if you have, like, crappy armor and they have good armor and they have, like, way better stuff than you. Alright? It's not gonna end well for you. We all know that. I don't even know why people do that. Like, there's like no reason for them to. They just walk up to you and start hitting you. They're like, yeah, I can kill you with this stick, with this sharpness 1 stick, and then you freaking destroy them with your stone sword. Like, like you gotta think before you start fighting people, if you don't want to die, of course. Number 6 is don't go straight forward. And what I mean by this is don't like just run straight towards somebody while they're maybe shooting you or whatever. Basically, in any way, shape, or form, don't stay in one spot when you're attacking somebody. You're going to want to go around in circles. I like to call it oscillating. You're going to want to go in circles around them because it makes it harder for them to hit you, especially if they're using a bow. You're going to want to go around them somehow. Just basically avoid getting hit by them. It makes it a lot more difficult for them because they have to like process where you're going to go next. And if you have very unpredictable movements, it's even harder. Yeah, you're going to want to like move around. Don't just go straight towards somebody because you're basically an easy target if you do that. And yeah, he didn't even kill me, I starved. Alright, tip number 7 would be to jump as often as possible when fighting. Now, the reason for this is because basically if you are moving at a downward velocity and you hit somebody, you will deal, I think it's twice the damage. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it's twice the damage. Basically, you deal significantly more damage, and as you can probably see or just saw here, I very satisfyingly killed somebody in a very, very small amount of hits. Like, it was like 5 hits, because I crit him 4 times. Critical hits are really overpowered. You're gonna, you know, just jump as much as possible when you're fighting somebody, because critical hits will help you out a lot. Tip number 8 is to have your game sensitivity up. Now, I can't really have footage to kind of show this off, but you can kind of tell that my sensitivity is a little bit higher than normal. My sensitivity is at 120. I usually have it at 124, but I've just, you know, I've been really sucking at that, so I moved it back down, but I might move it back up later. I just need to get used to this PS4 controller that I use. Basically, having your sensitivity up makes it so if somebody's attacking you from behind or whatever, you can look around faster, you can look behind you faster and start attacking them. And tip number 9 will be to be quick. Now, this is almost obvious, like if you're fighting somebody, like, yeah, you're gonna want to get away from them quick, but when I say be quick, I'm talking about when you're organizing your inventory, like I mentioned earlier, or if you're looting a chest or something. But yeah, you're gonna want to be quick, because if somebody comes up from behind you and starts attacking you while you're in a chest, you're gonna want to be out of there as fast as possible, right? So get what you want and then leave. And this final one ends off the video here. Don't rage quit. The reason you don't want to rage quit is because if you do, you're basically proving to your opponent that kicked your butt that you are worse than them. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave this video off with this footage of me winning and then getting kicked because I kicked everybody's butt. Like, no joke, I killed everybody. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a dislike, leave a hateful comment, and also unsubscribe. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe just so you can unsubscribe. And thanks for watching. You